Today's presentation tool that we're going to focus on is Prezi. It can be located at prezi.com, or there are apps for Android and iPad. But for today, we're going to use the web version. This tool is meant to be an all-inclusive presentation tool. You can record audio, video, images, and it's a really unique way of presenting. This has benefits for teachers and for students, and that'll be explained throughout the presentation. First things first, it's free, which everybody loves. I'm going to log into my pre-existing account, but of course you can sign up. Once you've logged in, this will be your home screen where all of your previously created Prezis are found. Plus, this is where you'll actually create your own Prezi. As you can see here, you can download mobile apps or actual apps for your computer. You can also organize all of your Prezis by folder. And very simply, you can hit New Prezi. But before we get into that, let's see what a Prezi actually looks like. I'm going to open up a very basic Prezi that I created to teach my students how to do Jot Thoughts, which is a Kagan cooperative learning strategy. So as you can see, it's loaded. You can see the entire background and the entire layout of the presentation. Just to explore more on this page, you can make copies, so you can actually copy someone else's work. You can share it, which gives you a website link for your website. You can also embed it into a website, and you can present remotely, which is really neat. This means that if you give anyone in the world this link, they can log in and watch you as you go through the presentation. So that is really neat. This is a way that you could actually go through the presentation if your students have devices and use it as a teaching tool while you control what's on their screen. This is what a basic Prezi looks like. You can make it go full screen, and then once you hit the arrow, it starts playing. Now I know that this is a presentation, but it also almost acts like a video. It zooms in to each step. As you can see, it's definitely not like a PowerPoint because you're not dealing with slides, you're dealing with images. If you go back to the regular size here, you can actually drag along just as you would with a normal video to go to each step. Now the really fun part is actually creating your own Prezi, so let's dive right in. You select New Prezi. It's going to give you some neat options. There are already preset templates that you can use, and it's a really good place to start. The latest but more, there's tons and tons of different themes that you can choose from. For the sake of today, let's talk about the road ahead. So go ahead and select the template and hit Use Template. It will come to this screen. This has preset locations for every option that you have for entering information. If you hit the zoom out button, it actually gives you a view of the entire screen. You can click and drag so it can be in the spot that you'd like to see. One thing I do want to point out are these numbers. These numbers show us where in the path, where in the motion of moving from one item to another, where is your presentation going to go? So the first step, this Prezi is saying that this box, this important box here, is going to be the first thing that we see when we start our Prezi as it's finished. So you can click to add a title. As you can see, I have typos, but that can be fixed. You can select that and you can actually change all of the different text features. You can center it or left justified. You can change the size of the text. You can change the color, whatever you would like. And you can add text wherever you'd like. Now, we added some very interesting information to our first slide. But then we can look over here and the changes on the left-hand side reflect the different path adjustments we just made. So the next thing we want to look at is number 2. It looks like it's going to zoom into this main sign, then it's going to zoom out and give you the full view of the road. Then we see number 3. Number 3 means it's going to zoom into this first piece of information. Now, what if you don't want it to go that order? You can change it. All you need to do is click and double click, and it lets you drag and drop all of the different paths. So maybe I want it to go out and then back into the main sign again. You can do that. Or maybe I want this one to be 4th, and maybe I want this one to be 3rd. You can do that. Another neat feature that they added is that you can select this right here with the transition, and it adds animation, just like in PowerPoint. Once you decide the order of your paths, you just hit done. I keep hitting this arrow, I keep hitting this lens over here because I want to see what exactly I'm working with, but then I like to go back to the main picture. So now remember, I just changed the order of my path. So now if I click 3, it zooms into this text. Now, maybe I don't want text here. Maybe I want an image, or maybe I want a video. I can go up here to Insert, and I have tons of options. If I have a picture saved on my computer, a link to a YouTube video, symbols and shapes, arrows, anything you can think of, anything that you might have used in PowerPoint, plus more options. You can do a voiceover and record yourself. You can actually pull from a PDF file, so you can actually place a document in here. You can actually link to a PowerPoint in your Prezi. The options are unlimited. For today, let's try a YouTube video. Even though this makes no sense with what the theme is, I'm going to go with the Telltale Heart since I'm teaching it in class right now. I'm just going to copy that link, go back to my original presentation, and paste the YouTube link and hit Insert. And now you see this box popped up. Here is my YouTube video. I can expand it, I can make it smaller, I can do whatever I like, I can move it over here and still keep text. It's awesome. If I don't want it anymore, I can just hit delete. So let's make it about this size. And then maybe I want to click here and I want to drag my text. There is my video ready for my lesson in class today. No longer do I have to bounce between different browser windows or even different programs on my computer. As a teacher, I can load all of the items that I need for an entire lesson or even an entire unit into one Prezi. This also works really great when you have students who are absent. You could send them a link to a Prezi and then they have all of the materials at their disposal. So I've showed you how to add a video. I've showed you how to add text. I think the best thing would just show you what this would look like if it was live. So if you want to ever test that, you can go up to the top and hit Present. Allow. And now as you can see, it goes to this first screen. Then it goes big like we had said. Then it goes to the new spot for number 3. And if I wanted to show this, I just select it. That is the very, very basic premise of building a Prezi. But the thing is, how do we allow our students to use this and be the most successful that they can be? Well, there are tons of ways that students can use this in the classroom. We know that teachers can use it to build lessons, but students also have some great options. A really great way for students to utilize the power of Prezi is by creating an interactive Venn diagram. I looked up an example that compares Romeo and Juliet to the story of the lottery, and this is just proof of the power of Prezi. On the left-hand side, the creator has zoomed in on major characters and information that takes place in the first story, but if I drag this forward, they also used images, and if I move further along, it goes right to the next. And I love for you to see right here that it actually zooms in further and further into the presentation. You can add a presentation within a presentation within a presentation slide. It's pretty neat. So this is a way that students can utilize this tool in the classroom. Prezi might seem a little overwhelming at first, but if you get in there and you play with it, I promise you that it will become easier and easier every time I use it. And just think about the possibilities as a teacher. If you start to build each unit of study using a Prezi, then you'll have all of your materials already in order and set for you every school year. And if you ever wanted to add something or adjust it, all you have to go into is your Prezi and simply click delete or move around. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that it has convinced you that Prezi is worth giving a try. If you have any further questions, please feel free to email me. I have had great success with using Prezi, and I hope you do too.